What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first video on my YouTube channel, Dill Pickles Performance. My name's Dylan. So this is just gonna be a little bit of a walk around of most of my projects that are going on. And since I got so many projects going on, I thought I'd start documenting it. Maybe help you guys out with a few things, teach you, or maybe help you out with your own projects if you got the same thing going on. So we'll start off with my Turbo 1.6 Miata. I've owned this thing about 4 years now. As you can tell, yellow is kind of my favorite color. Got the stripe going around the garage, got a mini bike here, got the yellow jack stands, but pretty simple setup. 2-car garage, fits the MB and the NA pretty nice, but I do also have this thing tucked up over here pretty tight, but since I don't really drive it too much, so she's just sitting pretty in the corner. But I've done about a little bit of everything to this thing, from underneath, turbo in the engine bay, it's got a built engine. Got the interior done up pretty nice. Let me show you here. Got the steering wheel, got the gauges, got the gauge cluster in there. Do have some Ferrari formats. Got some Bride replica seats. Don't get at me for that, I know. But let me show you the engine bay here. I don't want to get too in depth on this car since I've been wanting to do a walk around. I've had a lot of people ask me from Instagram and TikTok on what I have done to this car. Maybe it'll help them out with their own project, or maybe even inspire you to kind of build your own turbo budget Miata, because I build everything on a budget. That's how this car has been. This car has been, and it's just the way I roll around here. So we'll move on to my most recent project, my 1.8 99 MB Miata. I got it slammed on some eBay coilovers and some cheap wheels I bought off Facebook for I think like 200 bucks. Came with tires, so can't really complain about that. I got her fitted up pretty nice. She's sitting about a ½ inch off the ground. This car is kind of gonna be more built for my stance car. That's at least what I want it to be, but now with the route I'm going with parts, it's kind of hard for me to decide on what I want to do. If I want to maybe track this car or maybe raise it up more like this car and make it a little bit more drivable. As you can tell, I kind of have a motor sitting over here, and that's for this car, because I actually picked this car up from a couple kids that bought it off a gentleman that passed away doing the timing belt midway. So when I bought it, it had no timing assembly, no radiator, no intake, no hardware. I had to piece this whole thing back together. I got it running and driving. And so I took it around the block and figured out she needs a clutch real bad. She will not drive in third or fourth at all. Like, if you baby it, she'll go, but other than that, she won't really move much. She'll just kind of spin the clutch up and RPM shoot right up. So I got this over here I just picked up recently. Is a 1.8 high compression. I think it's 10.9 to 1 compression with a bigger intake cam supposedly, and a ported intake manifold. Got the 4-to-1 the headers. As you can tell, I kind of got some parts sitting around on it, ready to go in, like a new throwout bearing for the clutch. It did come with an ACT clutch and a lightweight flywheel, so can't really complain with that in the deal. It does need a front main seal. As you can tell, she's a little leaky there. So I got it all torn apart, and I'm glad I did, because as you can tell, that Woodruff key was not gonna last long. So I picked myself up a new one there, got it ready to go. Just gotta buy the new front main seal for this engine, so I can get that ready to go and drop it in. I do have a mid-pipe and a dual exit exhaust for this car. I haven't seen the dual exits really too much on these cars, so thought it was a good deal. So I picked it up. Just gotta cut the hole in the bumper for it. So it'll have a tip coming out there and a tip coming out there. But I also do have a bride seat sitting over here in this corner of this car. Picked this thing up for a good deal. Got seats and sliders already ready to go. Just need it bolted in, put the little seatbelt thing on, and we're good. I just like these seats. I fit really good in them. I've never had any problems with them. I have them in this car. A lot of people complain about not fitting in them. Hasn't really been an issue to me, since I'm kind of a small guy. But I like them because they fit pretty tight, and if I ever want to take this thing to the track, I already have a seat ready to go. Maybe throw some harnesses in, and she's she's dialed in. Maybe lift it up a little bit because this thing dumped on its ass. But other than these two Miatas, I do have a daily hiding over here. I'm kind of hard to tell. It's a little rainy out here actually. But I got a 99 Mazda B3000. Kind of more of the workhorse, parts hauler, daily, whenever I don't want to drive these two Miatas. And I can't really drive this one because this one doesn't have a clutch and it's not registered. And this one, I kind of just like to keep nice because every time I take it out, either someone wants to hit me, hits me, or yells at me. I don't know why, but she's pretty. What's wrong? What's the hate about this? Got my sticker on the back there, kind of promote myself. Got a couple little stickers. As you can tell, I got one on there and one, a couple there. So other than the cars, got a couple mini bikes hiding here under the workbench. This is my first mini bike I've ever built. I think it's built off a Razor electric mini bike. I've stretched it out, added a couple rods there. I really wanted the definition of a mini bike, and if it could fit in the Miata, that would be the ultimate goal. So I even paint matched it to match, because why not? It's 22 inches, I think, from the handlebars to the ground there. It's got a Honda GX200 with the governor removed, jack shaft, so it's geared up pretty good, intake, exhaust. There's a simple setup, but it goes about 50 to 60. I'm kind of scared to push it any farther because I think it's so damn tiny, it kind of gets a little bit of a speed wobble and a little too much to push. But I also have this mini bike here I just built. I picked this frame up off some kid recently off Facebook. It's got a 12-inch extension on it. Pushes the wheel out pretty far. Got it pretty low too. That's 2x4 right there, so it sits pretty low to the ground. It kind of sucks because it's a pain to turn, but it's a fun little cruiser. Got the tires from the Gokart. I wish I could show you guys the Gokart. It's a little bit buried right now, but it's got a 11 horsepower Honda GX340 on it with a torque converter, and the thing pulls wheelies like crazy. It pulls them up like, they say like 6 to 8 inches. Kind of hard to tell with the wheelie bar added to it now because it kept dragging the engine plate that was on the back. But the thing was nasty, and it's hiding in the back. I gotta dig it out because it's got too much torque. It's starting to spin the chain on the sprocket of the axle, and it's kind of shooting all the teeth off. So I think I need to put a new sprocket and maybe a bigger chain, like a 420 chain. It's only got like a 35 chain right now, I think. But once I get that thing out, that thing will be a blast. But this thing's just a pretty simple little cruiser. Got a 196 cc engine from a Coleman, I think, for the exhaust. Pretty simple little setup. Goes about 40 max, but I like it as just a cruiser. But that should pretty much wrap up all my projects that are going on. If you guys would like to support me, I do have stickers available on my website, DillPicklesPerformance.com. Got the Mr. Pickle sticker. I also have the Mr. Pickle Peaker sticker. And then just a simple keep it stupid. But do expect a lot more content to come up because I do have a lot of work to do on these cars. Like, I'm pretty sure this car needs an oil change for sure. It's got a couple odds and ends and needs. I would like to put the bigger injectors on it that I have over here, the 770s, and maybe do a retune on it. Because why not? It's finally time to turn it up. I've had this set up for probably two and a half years now. So maybe it's time to turn it up, maybe have a little more fun with this car and see its potential. And this car, as you can tell, got the motor ready to go. Got a bunch of odds and ends to put into it and make her nice again. But other than that, do expect a lot more videos coming up. And I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys watched this far, please like, comment, subscribe, and peace out. Because I know that passenger seat has some rat poop on it. But we'll get that out, we'll get it all cleaned up, and then we can start test fitting that old girl. The bride seat kind of test fitted up in there. Looks pretty good. Fits in there real tight.